Hi guys, Steve from Vintage Classics 71 here this week with a little bit of a mixed bag for you. As you can see, I'm not in my room, my usual spot. Doing it up here in the living room. Wife's at work, so decided to do it up here. Got my little friend, my dog over here. He's a Maltipoo named Paws, so at some point you might see him in here too. Yeah, I got a little mixed bag for you. Start off with some 1972 leader cards, 72 Topps baseball. You got card 87, which is the National League RBI leaders. You got Joe Torre, Willie Stargell, and Hank Aaron on there. I don't know about the glare in this room. I thought it might be better, but I think it's worse than when I'm downstairs. But, all right. Next, you got a card 90, the AL home run leaders, Bill Melton, Norm Cash, and Reggie Jackson. There we go. It's a little bit better. And you get card 92, which is the AL ERA leaders, Vita Blue, Wilbur Wood, and the Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. Next, we got the card 95, which is the National League strikeout leaders, Tom Seaver, Fergie Jenkins, and Bill Stoneman. Two Hall of Famers on there. You remember a couple weeks back I told you guys about league leader cards is a good way to get Hall of Famers on there at a reasonable price. And the last one is card 96. You have the AL strikeout leaders. You got Mickey Lolich, Vita Blue, and Joe Coleman. No Hall of Famers on there, but three great pitchers in their own right. All right. Next, we got some action shots. You know me. I'm always telling you guys about the action photos on the vintage cards. You just don't see that today as much. But I got a few to show you today. Here's a 1972 Topps Tug McGraw in action. Great relief pitcher, Mets, Phillies. Tim McGraw's father. You know, I'm sure you guys all knew that. Here's one of Ron Bryant, 1972 pitcher. Actually laying down a bunt. 1973 Topps, Vita Blue. In his motion, getting ready to deliver the ball to the plate. 1974, you got Fran Healy, the catcher for the Royals, waiting for the ball to arrive while Thurman Munson slides right by him. So obviously he's going to be safe. Yeah, Thurman Munson there sliding. 1972 Topps, Bill Melton, Chicago White Sox third baseman. 1972 too, you got Dick Dietz, Giants catcher. Get ready to try to throw somebody out at second, it looks like. 72, John Ellis from the Yankees with Harmon Killebrew at first trying to hold him on. There's Killebrew and there's Ellis. So you inadvertently got a Hall of Famer on there. Here's a 74 Topps with Dick Green, Oakland A's second baseman. And you got a 72 Tom Haller, catcher, making a play at the plate. You can hear my dog over there. Come here. Come over here. You want to be part of the video, part of the show? Next is a 72 Ed Kranepool, New York Mets, first baseman. It's a 73. As you guys know, I have another collection, a book of catchers. I love that. I'll show you the position they're squatting down. I just love the way those look. And here's 73 Topps of Jeff Torborg. That's the catcher stance that I like. Here's a 72 Ellie Rodriguez, Baltimore Orioles catcher. 72 Duffy Dyer, New York Mets. 72 was a great set. I love the coloring on it. Here's a 64 Bob Tillman from my Boston Red Sox. All right, and we'll move on to some more. Here's a Hall of Fame manager, 72 Topps of Dick Williams, Oakland Athletics there. Manager of the 1967 Impossible Dream team for the Red Sox. Here's a 1970 Topps card of Al Oliver with the older rookie trophy on it. not the new cup that they use now. Here's a 64 Topps of Joe Nuxhall. Great pitcher. Cincinnati Reds right there. 72 Topps of Hall of Famer Tony Perez. Cincinnati Reds, part of the Big Red Machine. I love these cards. I mean, 72. I love all the cards, but 72 is a nice set. Here's a 72 Frank Robinson. Great Frank Robinson. Baltimore Orioles. Here's a 72 of Tim McCarver. Great catcher and later broadcaster. 72 of Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers with no mustache, as you can see. Doesn't have the handlebar mustache yet. Here's a 1966 Topps insert of a rub-off of Bob Gibson. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. These came out in 66. Here's a 1974 Topps of Billy Martin. Crazy Billy Martin, managing the Texas Rangers at the time. Here's a 1959 Topps of Ted Kluszewski. I told you this is going to be a mixed bag today. No rhyme or reason to it. Hope you don't mind. Here's my dog right here. Come here. You want to be on here? Let's go. There he is. See? Okay, you watch, right? Sit down and watch, okay? Here's a 72 Topps, card number 1 of the world champion Pittsburgh Pirates. As you guys probably know, my wife still works. I'm retired, so I'm with him all the time. My little buddy, always trying to help me out or something. I don't know. I don't know if I call it help, but here's a 1968 Topps of Gary Nolan, pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Good pitcher. Here's a 1964 Topps of Bob Friend, Pittsburgh Pirates. A 1968 of Roy Face, another Pirates pitcher. Here's a 72 Jim Mudcat Grant with the chops on him. You see the sideburns. Good pitcher. And here's the going to be going in the Hall of Fame in July. Dick Allen, Rich Allen on here. Like I've told you a million times, long overdue. Here's Cardinals great player and manager, Red Shondies. 72 Topps. And if you watched any of my past videos, you'll know that I used to tell you, I've told you a number of times, that a lot of times when I used to go to the game, in fact, I got the printout of the box. I'll show you at the end, a box score. The first game I ever went to, it always seemed like Doc Medich was pitching. Well, here's Doc Medich's 73 rookie card, right there. He's on there with Dick Coperit and Steve Busby from the Royals. Oops, trying to get that in there right. And here he is in 1974 on the mound for the Yankees. Good pitcher. Like I said, always seemed to be pitching. But George Doc Medich. All right. And you know how I'm always telling you guys I love the action pictures. I picked out a few football ones that either had a nice pose on the card or the action. Here's a 74 Topps of Fran Tarkenton, the Minnesota Vikings. And a 72 Topps Pro Action, John Brody, 49ers quarterback. Then you got a 1978 Topps card of Fran Tarkenton again. Uh, 72 Topps, Terry Bradshaw in action. These are nice on the back of that. Test your football IQ on the back. Here's a, what year is this one? This is a 1977 Topps, Roger Staubach. Great Roger Staubach. Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Came out of the Naval Academy. being a retired military guy, I gotta love like the veterans. So here's a 1974 Charlie Johnson of the Broncos playing the New York Jets. Like I said, I love action photos on cards. Here's a 1972 Pro Action of Bob Griese, Miami Dolphins, great quarterback. Here's one, probably not a name that's a lot of people are familiar with, but Joe Kapp, 1971 New England Patriots, playing the New York Jets. Nice action picture. He's telling somebody to go deep, it looks like, if you look at his hand right here. He's pointing down the field. Of course, that's he had just the one single bar for a face mask. You don't see that anymore. But again, that's a 1971 Joe Kapp. All right, this one I just like the pose of it. It's a 73 Tim Foley of the Miami Dolphins cornerback, posing like he's going up to pick off the ball. I like the 73 Topps football. Is that too? That set reminds me, brings me back to my dad passed away in 2019. But I remember I was 10 years old in 73, collecting the 73s. I've told this story before. I apologize for those of you who have already heard it. I'd be sitting there on the floor opening up the cards or sorting them, whatever. And he'd be sitting in his chair reading the paper or whatever, smoking a pipe. But I remember specifically the 73 cards, showing him constantly. Hey, Dad, look at this one, look at that one. Of course, he always, oh yeah, that's a good one. Hang on to that one. That was everybody. Everybody I showed him. But so that 73 I have a soft spot for that set. And here's the 71 Topps of Garo Yepremian, Miami Dolphins kicker. I just like the pose on it. Probably the best, in my opinion, the greatest kicker card of all time, the way it looks. And I got another card I bet you too many of you don't have out there. I got one of me in high school. Here's my high school picture. Do I look a little different? How do I do this? Yeah, the hair. And one from basic training in the Air Force. I think I weighed 135 pounds back then. I gotta get these graded. I mean, without a doubt. And then I told you I did a printout from Baseball Reference on the first game I went to. What was the date on this game? Tuesday, April 22nd, 1975. Obviously at Fenway Park. New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. Pitching for the Yankees, George Doc Medich. He went 9 innings, struck out 4, gave up 3 hits. For the Red Sox, Rick Wise went 9 innings. Both pitchers went the distance. How often do you see that anymore in the same game? And Wise struck out 4. What I remember about this game is Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds' father, in the 3rd inning, or in the 8th inning, hit a monster shot. I mean, it went over the flagpole in Fenway, and it's the first home run I ever saw in person. But the lineup for the Red Sox today had Bernie Carbo, Dwight Evans, Carl Yastrzemski, Fred Lynn, Jim Rice, Bob Montgomery was catching, so I didn't get to see Fisk that day. I believe he was hurt. He was hurt at that time in 75, the beginning of the season. Rick Burleson at short, Doug Griffin at second, Bob Heiss played third, Cecil Cooper pinch hit, and Juan Beniquez came in at the end as a defensive replacement at third for Bobby Heiss. And of course, Wise was pitching. The Yankee lineup had Roy White, Elliot Maddox in center, Bobby Bonds in right. Ron Bloomberg was the DH, first DH in Major League Baseball history. Craig Nettles at third. Thurman Munson was catching. Chris Chambliss was at first. Jim Mason was the shortstop. Sandy Alomar was at second. And like I said, Doc Medich was pitching. But I can tell you everything. Attendance was 16,922, and I was one of the 922, obviously. But brings back a lot of memories. So yeah, I printed this out, and I keep it. You can go to Baseball Reference if you guys ever want to, get the box score from the first game you ever went to. I have the program downstairs too. That's another day I'll show programs, yearbooks. But I know it was a little bit of a mixed bag today. And actually, I got a couple more I can show you if you want. I got a couple. Reach over here. Show you a few of these. A couple football ones I can show you. Here's a 1968 Topps of Jim Hart, St. Louis Cardinals quarterback. You don't see the white stripe on the football anymore in the NFL. Haven't for many years. You got a 74 Topps, Terry Bradshaw, Pittsburgh Steelers. another one of the Patriot quarterbacks, Babe Pirelli, 1967. It's a nice looking card, 67 Topps football. The back of it. And a 1971 Topps John Brodie, San Francisco 49ers quarterback. The last card. This is a, what year is this? A 1964 Philadelphia Gum Company. Roman Gabriel, Los Angeles Rams. All right, that's all I have for you this week. Hope everybody's had a good week. I usually make them on Monday. Today's Friday. I throw you a curveball. No, actually, I had a doctor's appointment and stuff on Monday, so I apologize for not putting it out then. Hope everybody's had a good week going into the weekend. Hope you have plans, something fun to do. I'm actually going to a card show with my good friend Caesar. I mentioned him before, Caesar Pereira. He'll be over at my house. We're going to a Seekonk, which is 15 minutes from here, where I live. So we're really looking forward to that. Both of us haven't been to a card show in a long time. So I'll give you the update on Monday. I'll probably make a video on that. So I hope everybody has a good week, and may you keep on collecting. Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully your family's healthy. May God bless you and your family. I want to thank you so much for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like it, please do. It helps me. And also if you like or dislike my videos, gives me an idea of what I'm doing right or wrong, or what I can do to improve. Okay? But thanks again. Appreciate all the viewing, and I'll see you next week. Take care.